Good evening, this is Orson Welles. Personally, I've never met anyone who didn't like a good ghost story, but I know a lot of people who think there are a lot of people who like a good ghost story. For the benefit of these, at least, I go on a record at the outset of this evening's entertainment with the sober assurance that although blood may be curdled in this program, none will be spilled. There's no shooting, knifing, throttling, axing, or poisoning here. No clanking chains, no cobwebs, no bony and or hairy hands appearing from secret panels, or, better yet, bedroom curtains. If any part of the dear old phosphorescent foolishness that people who don't like ghost stories don't like, then, again, I promise you, we haven't got it. What we do have is a thriller. It's half as good as we think it is. You can call it a shocker. And we present it proudly, without apologies. After all, a story doesn't have to appeal to the heart. It can also appeal to the spine. Sometimes you want your heart to be warmed. Sometimes you want your spine to tingle. The tingling, it's to be hoped, will be quite audible as you listen tonight to The Hitchhiker. That's the name of our story, The Hitchhiker.
I'm in an auto camp on Route 66 just west of Gallup, New Mexico. If I tell it, perhaps it'll help me. It'll keep me from going mad, but I must tell this quickly. I'm not mad now. I feel perfectly well, except that I'm running a slight temperature. My name is Ronald Adams. I'm 36 years of age, unmarried, tall, dark, with black mustache. I drive a 1944 V8, license number 6V798. I was born in Brooklyn. All this I know. I know that I am at this moment perfectly sane. That it is not I who has gone mad, but something else, something utterly beyond my control. But I must speak quickly. At any moment the link with life may break. This may be the last thing I ever tell on earth, the last night I ever see the stars. 6 days ago I left Brooklyn to drive to California.
Goodbye, son. Good luck to you, my boy.
Goodbye, Mother. Give me a kiss and then I'll go.
I'll come out with you to the car.
No, it's raining. Stay at the door. Hey, what is this, tears? I thought you promised me you wouldn't cry.
I know, dear, I'm sorry, but I do hate to see you go.
I'll be back. I'll only be on the coast 3 months.
Oh, is it just that? It's just the trip, Ronald. I wish you weren't driving.
Oh, Mother, there you go again. People do it every day.
I know, but you'll be careful, won't you? Promise me you'll be extra careful. Don't fall asleep or drive fast or pick up any strangers on the road.
Of course now. You think I was still 17 to hear you talk.
And wire me as soon as you get to Hollywood, won't you, son?
Of course I will. Now, don't you worry, there isn't a thing going to happen. It's just 8 days of perfectly simple driving on a smooth, decent, civilized road with a hot dog or a hamburger stand every 10 miles. I was in excellent spirits. The drive ahead of me, even the loneliness seemed like a lark, but I reckon without him. Crossing Brooklyn Bridge that morning in the rain, I saw a man leaning against the cables. He seemed to be waiting for a lift. There were spots of fresh rain on his shoulders. He was carrying a cheap overnight bag in one hand. He was thin, nondescript, with a cap pulled down over his eyes. He stepped off the walk, and if I hadn't swerved, I'd have hit him. I would have forgotten him completely, except that just an hour later, while crossing the Pulsaki Skyway over the Jersey Flats, I saw him again. At least he looked like the same person. He was standing now with one thumb pointing west. I couldn't figure out how he got there, but I thought probably one of those fast trucks had picked him up, beat me to the Skyway, and let him off. I didn't stop for him. Then, late that night, I saw him again. It was on the new Pennsylvania Turnpike between Harrisburg and Pittsburgh. It's 265 miles long with a very high speed limit. I was just slowing down for one of the tunnels when I When I saw him standing under an arc light by the side of the road, I could see him quite distinctly. The bag, the cap, even the spots of fresh rain spattered over his shoulders. He hailed me this time. I stepped on the gas like a shot. That's lonely country through the Alleghenies, and I had no intention of stopping. Besides, the coincidence, or whatever it was, gave me the willies. I stopped at the next gas station.
Yes, sir.
Fill her up.
Certainly, sir. Check your oil, sir.
No thanks.
Nice night, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Hadn't been raining here recently, has it?
Not a drop of rain all week.
I suppose that hadn't done your business any harm.
Oh, people drive through here in all kinds of weather. Mostly business, you know. There aren't many pleasure cars out in the turnpike this season of the year.
I suppose not. What about hitchhikers?
Hitchhikers? Here?
What's the matter? Don't you ever see any?
Not much. If we did, it'd be a sight for sore eyes.
Why?
A guy be a fool started out the hitch on this road. Look at it. It's 265 miles long. There's practically no speed limit. It's a straightaway. Now, what car's going to stop and pick a guy up under those conditions? Would you stop?
No.
Nope. Maybe they gets the lift off before the turnpike starts. I mean, you know, just before the tall house. But then it'd be a mighty long ride. Most cars wouldn't pick up a guy for that long a ride. And you know, it's a pretty lonesome country here. Mountains and woods. You ain't seen nobody like that, have you?
No. Oh, no, not at all. Just a technical question.
I see. Well, that'd just be $1.49 with the tax.
The thing gradually passed from my mind as sheer coincidence. I had a good night's sleep in Pittsburgh. I did not think about the man all next day until just outside of Zanesville, Ohio, I saw him again. It was a bright, sunshiny afternoon. The peaceful Ohio field, brown with the autumn stubble, lay dreaming in the golden light. I was driving slowly, drinking it in, when the road suddenly ended in a detour in front of the barrier. He was standing. Let me explain about his appearance before I go on. I repeat, there was nothing sinister about him. He was as drab as a mud fence, nor was his attitude menacing. He merely stood there, waiting, almost drooping a little. The cheap overnight bag in his hand, he looked as though he'd been waiting there for hours. Then he looked up. He hailed me. He started to walk forward.
Hello.
To be continued.